They buried me in the water and I came out new. Now I'm baptized in blue.
Welcome to the Officer Autumn podcast, the only podcast designed specifically for female cops in mind. I hope you enjoy this podcast episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Officer Autumn show with me, Autumn Clifford. As always, so excited to have you here. What we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about 75 hard and my experience with it. And we're going to be talking about doing hard things. Okay. So I am on day 71 of the 75 hard challenge. And I've kind of kept it on the DL for a lot of reasons, because honestly, when I first started, I was so nervous that I wasn't going to be able to complete it. If I'm just honest, I was so nervous that I wasn't going to be able to complete it that I didn't want to tell anybody, because I didn't want anybody to think that I was going to be a failure. I'm like, oh my God. I have traveled 2 times and like had big events. Like I was at the Raw Drop event for like 5 days and 4 nights in the middle of doing this. I also went to Pennsylvania and I hosted a full day training. And I had to fly there and, a lot of things in between, spending nights not at home, like up to my parents and stuff like that. And I had to really commit. And non-negotiables, like it has been non-negotiable. I mean, there's been nights because you have to work out twice. And I'm going to explain this to you. You have to work out 2 times a day for 45 minutes a piece. And one of them have to be outside. And so I went up, I visited my family. I had a photo shoot. I went to my little cousin's senior night. She's playing field hockey. Fun fact, they actually just won state champs. So it's like a big deal. And I didn't get an opportunity to complete my second workout until 10 o'clock that night. And it was the outside workout. And I was like, fuck. And it was raining. And I'm like, I gotta go walk outside for half an hour or for 45 minutes. And that's what I did. Luckily, my best friend, she's a doll. She joined me. So I didn't have to do it all by myself. But that's like the shit. When I was in Chicago, I was up at fucking early doing it. And then when the event ended, I was working out after the event, working out late at night, reading a book. And the thing about it is, let me get through. I just want to tell you this, then I'm going to tell you all about the things that you have to do. And then I'm going to tell you about why I think that every person should do this. And I'm going to tell you about what it taught me. But it's been really helpful because I'm reading a book before I go to bed instead of on my phone. I have had a very bad habit of scrolling on my phone and that's how I put myself to sleep. And it's really bad for you. It's really, really bad for you because you get absolutely no break from social media and you get no break from your phone. And it's interesting because it's like there's 2 different worlds, the world that is going on social media and then like the actual real world. It's interesting. But it's, and I do think it's a big deal. So that's been like super helpful. I've been reading obviously a ton. I'm a big audiobook girl, but in 75 hard, you can't do audiobooks, which is fine. I still do my audiobooks. The audiobook that I listened to 2 times during 75 hard has been You Owe You by Eric, the hip hop rapper or hip hop preacher, Eric Thomas, the #1 motivational speaker in the world. That book was amazing. I love his work. I love what he does. I love what he puts out in the world. And so I listened to that audiobook twice. I just bought a book by Tim Grover called Relentless. Now, if you don't know who Tim Grover is, I did not until Uncle Andy, which is Andy Frisella, the founder of First Form, and he's the founder of the 75 Hard. He told us in his stories and on his podcast, which I listen to his podcast all the time. It's called Real AF. He told us to go in and buy the book. And Tim Grover, he was Michael Jordan's trainer, Kobe Bryant's trainer, D Wade's trainer, Like he has trained the greats in basketball. And you might be like, oh, no LeBron James. Well, I'm just going to tell you, I think that LeBron James athletically is extremely talented and gifted. I just don't think he belongs in the same circle as Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. I just don't. Because, and if you don't believe me, go on to Netflix and watch The Redeem Team. Go watch that. You have to have already watched though Michael Jordan series. It's The Last Dance. You got to go watch those. I don't really like LeBron as a person from what I've seen in the media. Okay. I'm sure his feelings are not hurt. I'm just telling you, I am obsessed with Michael Jordan's mentality and obviously the late Kobe Bryant, because their ability to lead, okay, is just unmatched. Their ability to influence and impact. That is what I'm concerned about. That is what inspires me. How somebody leads and how somebody impacts the world. And they just do, they called in Kobe Bryant to come in and help the US win the Olympics when we went years and LeBron was on that team. I know he was young in his career, but he was on that team and they were losing and they called Kobe in and he led that team to win the Olympics. Michael Jordan has his own story. Michael Jordan has led the Chicago Bulls to win 6 championships. And so, just to me, I know I'm going completely down another road and you might completely disagree with me, but I gotta be honest with you. You just can't change my mind. You can't change my mind. MJ and Kobe, LeBron isn't even in that circle. So just being real, just being real. That's how I feel. Anyways, Tim Grover trained them. So I read you can go on to Kindle and you can read like the first little bit of his book. And I did. And I'm completely obsessed. And I just got the book in the mail right now today. And I will be diving into it as soon as I'm done recording this. And I cannot wait. So, I've really, my personal development, if you're brand new to me, then what you should know is personal development is a huge part of who I am. And it is what has helped me to get to where I'm at. And it's what helped me to not completely crumble after my injury. And after, being couch ridden and all those things, people don't understand the power of your mind and the power of what you put into your mind and the power of influence. And even if you're not around these people physically, it matters. It matters because it's going to influence how you see the world, and it's going to influence how you think and how you feel. And we all know, or if you don't know, let me teach you, how you think and how you feel is going to dictate what your reality looks like. So if you feel like shit all the time, if you're completely negative, if all you listen to is the news and you meme pages and you're just scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on Instagram, looking on Facebook, if that's all you're doing all the time, plus listening to the radio or even just music, but you're not constantly growing and feeding your brain, you are no longer growing as a human. You are now what we call I don't even think you're plateauing. I would say that you are shrinking. You are not becoming smarter. You are the 100% opposite of that. I'm trigger warning, but it's true. So there's everything I have to say about that. So 75 hard, let me tell you what the tasks are. So every day for 75 days, you must drink a gallon of water. You must follow a diet, but it's any diet you want. No cheating on the diet. You have to do 2 45-minute workouts a day, and one of them have to be outside. You have to take a picture of yourself, like a progress picture, every day. You have to read 10 pages in a book. I think that's it. Yeah, and you have to drink a gallon of water every day. And I will be posting my results on my social media. So by the time this comes out, it'll probably be on my Instagram, on my Facebook. So you can go take a look. And I'm going to be going directly into the Live Hard program. So 75 Hard is like the boot camp quoted by Andy Frisella. And then he created this program called Live Hard. And it's essentially, you do it every year. And so phase 1 of Live Hard is 30 days, and you do everything you do in 75 Hard. Then you add a couple other things. Like you have to take a 5-minute cold shower. So like at the end of your shower, you turn it on for 5 minutes to be cold. And I started that today just to get myself acclimated. And then you have to add a couple other things to your power list. And then again, I'm not like super solid on that yet. I will let you know how that goes. But the thing for me is I want to do hard things. I realized that I'm soft, and I realized I was even softer 75 days ago. I realized that I was not living up to my potential. And I don't want to be somebody who is just existing and who is comfortable. I want to be somebody who is constantly pushing herself to be the best version of herself possible. That is what I want to do. It's who I want to be. It's what I want to encourage other people to do. I really believe that we are here to push our limits, to push ourselves, to impact, to influence, to be the greatest assets to society that we possibly can. And I just don't see how, if we are just always in our comfort zone, I don't really see how we can be that and do that. So I have been listening to Andy Frisella for months, like probably like 9 months, every day on the podcast. And obviously he touches on 75 Hard here and there in his podcast and yada, yada. And I've seen it and I know about it. And I actually had a couple of friends do it. And, and I was very intimidated by it. I was incredibly intimidated. But then I just remember, like, I was kind of doing it anyways. I was, walking for 45 minutes plus doing a workout every day anyways. I love personal development. So reading the 10 pages was no big deal. I was drinking half of my body weight in ounces. So obviously not quite a gallon, but I was like, fuck it. Like, what's another, 30, 40. Well, I don't know what it was. 60 what's another 60 or something, I don't really remember, but some more water. Water's good for me. I can do that. And I wanted to start following my macros because I was not happy with what my body looked like. And so I just did it. I mean, I literally didn't wait till a Monday. I literally started, I just read everything. I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm starting tomorrow. And that was what I did. I just started the next day. And I'll give you some tips and tricks to like how I made it through and how I'm going to make it through and how, you have to create a rhythm. So where people fuck up is they don't have routines. I was reading a book last night called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. It's a great, great quick read. If you don't have that book, I do suggest it. It's older. I got it probably, I don't know, 9 years ago when I started my journey as a Beachbody coach. But he talks about the power of routines and habits, right? So we've heard daily habits, daily routines, and I'm calling it a rhythm, what your daily rhythm is. So you have to establish that early on. And you have to understand 75 Hard is just a checklist. And, being a former full-time police officer, that's all I ever had was checklists. Being a current business owner, it's all I have in my head are checklists. What do I got to get done? Right. And so that I operate very well that way. Right when I wake up in the morning, I take my picture. Like that is huge. The first thing I do is drink 30 ounces of water. And here's the trick is you have to get something that you're going to enjoy drinking water out of. So I know it may sound funny because I see a lot of people will go out and they'll get like a gallon jug of water or they'll get these big ass fucking water bottles. I didn't do that. I got my Yeti with a straw in it. It's 30 ounces and I fill it up to the rim, but I love drinking out of that. I enjoy using my straw. So for me, there was no pushing. Like that was what I drink out of all day, every day. It didn't matter. I just, monitored and pushed myself to drink more. So I wouldn't go and like switch up and like go get yourself like this new water bottle or whatever. I really would just do what you do anyways, and then just, multiply it by however, fill it up and drink however many you need to drink until it's a gallon. Another thing I've done that was helpful is I added in some seltzer water, not club, but seltzer water, just carbonated. It's bitter water, but it will break that up. Like it makes me feel like I'm having a soda. I don't drink soda typically, so it made me feel like I was having soda. It was great. So I wake up and I'm hammering, and then I time it. By noontime, I have to have drank at least 60 ounces of water, period. The end there. I just had to have done that. By 2, I had to be done 90, and another 30 is 120. So I try to, make sure that 30 ounces gets done by 6 o'clock. And then I will have a seltzer, or I'll have some, or I'll just have some more water or whatever. And that's what I did. That's what I've done. It works. Or I put lemon, like I warm some water up and put some lemon in it. And like, I make like a lemon tea. You can put some ginger, like fresh ginger in it. And there you go. So that's how I paced myself. My workout, same thing. I get up and I just get to work. I walk every day. So for me, it has been a walk or a hike in the woods every single day for 45 minutes. It's been great because I've been walking my dogs. And it was a really good thing for my Keela and I. She's my 3.5-year-old Belgian Malinois, who was a pain in the ass to walk on a leash. Now she is still a pain in the ass, but definitely way better. She's a lot less of a pain. And then you can do your second workout. Now, here's the thing. Andy himself says that your second workout can be yoga. Like, so sometimes it was yoga because, who the fuck can lift every single day? You can't, right? But, I would incorporate like 3-4 days a week. I'm lifting weights. I'm doing the things. I'm adding in some yoga. Sometimes it was 2 walks a day. Sometimes it was, we have this self-propelling treadmill, which is actually a lot harder than just going on going out and going for a hike or going on the pavement. And so that was a really great workout. So those are the things that I did. And I just set my mind, sometimes I would walk on the treadmill and read a book at the same time. That was helpful. Having a Kindle is helpful because I can read in bed and not have to turn the light on. Those things. So I guess you're probably like, this is great, Autumn, but like, why are you telling me this? Well, I'm telling you this because it was very intimidating for me, but it was like the best thing I've done for myself. And I'm completely obsessed and I'm completely addicted. And my husband told me like last night, because I completed day 70 last night, and I'm like, whoa, day 70. Like, guess what? I only have 5 days left. Like, I'm fucking stoked. And he's like, so like, what are you going to do? Are you going to like just be done? Or like, what are you going to do? Because he has seen an extreme shift. I've become far more productive. My business is doing the best it's ever done. I'm in the best shape that I have been in since I was been in the police academy. I am happy. I look good. I feel good. I have structure. I'm committed to something. And so, no, the answer is hell no, I'm not stopping. I'm doing live hard. I'm going right into phase 1, which is the next 30 days. And, yeah, I don't know. I'll count my macros and I'll make some sort of dessert on Thanksgiving that fits into it. I really am into pumpkin like chocolate chip cookies, and like you can make them so they're not a cheat, like, and it, and shit like that. Like you just learn to figure it out. And so that's what I'm going to do for Thanksgiving. Probably won't eat breakfast. You know what I mean? I'll probably eat 1 meal that day, and I'll just make sure I have a lot of fucking, protein on my plate. And there you go. I mean, I don't want to gain a bunch of weight anyways, and I always gain weight between Thanksgiving and Christmas because I just think it's an excuse to just cook and bake and eat and all that stuff. And I just don't want to do that this year. And I just feel so good, and I don't want to do that to my body. So I want you to really consider doing it. And if you don't care about, and listen, I have nothing to sell you on 75 Hard. The whole thing's free. There's no incentive for me to sell this to you other than like, I just feel really good. And I just think it's a really good way for you to build some self-confidence. I know that has even amplified my self-confidence by doing something that's really hard. I think a lot of the reasons why we lose confidence in ourselves is because we don't achieve our goals. We'll set our mind to something and we'll like we'll have this goal, but then we don't achieve it. And then we beat ourselves up for it. At least I know I do. But if you can commit to, setting a goal and doing this, it's going to make you feel so good about yourself, and it's going to change your life. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking for you to feel really good about yourself. I'm looking for you to, transform your mindset. I'm looking for you to go out and have the biggest impact in this world that you possibly can by being you and being the best version of you, because that's what we all need. We need all of us being the best version of ourselves, period, the end. And that's how I feel about that. Yeah, I want you to do hard things, complete hard things, do more hard things, because you're going to feel more proud of yourself when you do those hard things. There's reasons why people run marathons and do Spartan races and do the Tough Mudders and the Ironmans. And no, it's because they need to push themselves to do hard things, and then they'll feel good about themselves, feel proud of themselves like they should. And so this could just be, your Iron Man. This could be your version. And I'm definitely, I'm here for that. I'm here to help you. And I just want you to know you can do hard things. And if you guys have any questions at all, hit me up on the socials at Officer Autumn on Instagram. I'm there on TikTok. You can find me at Autumn Clifford on Facebook. You can email me autumn@autumnclifford.com. Pretty accessible. Thank you for taking this time to allow me to be in your ears. Appreciate that too. If you enjoy this podcast, could you do me a favor? Could you share this? If you share it with one person or 5 people or on your social media, I really appreciate it. Feel free to tag me in it. I'll repost. But I just want to make sure we're spreading the word to the people who need it. That's really important. I don't really promote the podcast other than on my socials. So it'd be super helpful for me. And I'll see you next time.